U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm visited Oklahoma last week to discuss energy policy with tribal leaders and announced new partnerships and grant programs supported by the Biden administration. Joe Filomeno has our report.
Thank you all very much.
University of Oklahoma President Joseph Harris recently hosted a roundtable discussion with U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm, Second Gentleman Douglas Emhoff, and tribal leaders on a new clean energy source that Oklahoma should utilize.
We are thrilled to discuss the power and potential of geothermal energy and the impact it can have on all of the planet, but certainly for and among our indigenous nations.
Geothermal energy is a renewable energy source produced within the Earth's core by drilling wells that are typically 2 miles deep. When water is piped through them, electricity is generated.
The geothermal industry has massive potential, and it has potential to become a powerhouse not only of United States growth, but particular benefits for rural and hard-to-reach communities, including tribal nations.
The Second Gentleman and Secretary Granholm visited Norman as part of President Joe Biden's Investing in America tour. The tour included visits to both research campuses at OU and at Oklahoma State University.
This is a really exciting conversation for us because of the respect that this administration has, but also the potential that lies in the nations, the territory of tribal nations for clean energy.
Tribal leaders attending the roundtable, which was closed off to the media, included members of the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes, the Chickasaw Nation, the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, and the Muskogee Nation. We reached out to the tribes for comment, but did not receive a response. However, Emhoff says their participation is vital.
Native communities across the United States are on the front lines of the climate crisis and often struggle to access affordable and reliable energy.
The Inflation Reduction Act, signed into law by President Biden last August, provides $720 million to help tribal lands and Native communities improve access to affordable electricity. And a reliable geothermal power source could be the answer.
The capacity, and this is a conservative estimate, is that it could power 65 million homes, 44 times the amount of homes here in Oklahoma.
The Energy Secretary's tour of Oklahoma included a stop in Stillwater to announce a $19 million grant to the new Great Plains Center of Excellence, which will operate within the already existing OSU Industrial Assessment Center.
And the thing that is so important is that it does give students this hands-on ability to see technology in action, to see how to reduce carbon emissions, price of energy, reduce energy use on site.
Granholm says OSU's assessment center is one of the 5 best in the nation. The $19 million is earmarked to fund research to reduce energy waste and to cut costs.
And on average, because of the great training that is being done there, the businesses save about $130,000 a year, and the assessments are for free. So that's number one, is that Oklahoma State has become a center of excellence for the entire Great Plains region.
You know, Oklahoma is an all-of-the-above energy approach.
Governor Kevin Stitt was also on hand to welcome the Biden administration and tout Oklahoma's self-reliance on all forms of energy.
We're so proud of our oil and gas industry, and what most people don't realize is we're also number 2 in the country in wind energy. And we produce about 65% more energy than we consume. We're a net exporter.
We want all these products made in America, stamped made in America, used here and exported elsewhere. We want all that wind that the governor was talking about, all those turbines, we want them made in America. We want all the pieces, the supply chains made in America.
In addition to the multi-million-dollar funding for OSU's Great Plains Center of Excellence, the Biden administration, through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, granted the Pawnee Nation a $2 million grant for a renewable energy project through a pilot program.
This initiative, which is all about investing in America, is one piece of a grand strategy for us as a country to be able to get back the manufacturing jobs that we have lost over the past couple of decades.
The administration's goal is to achieve 100% carbon-free electricity by 2035 and a net zero emissions economy by 2050, with 40% of the federal investment benefits going to disadvantaged communities across the U.S.
You could see the passion of the instructors, many who came back from the private sector so they could do research and share this passion not only for science but for changing the world.
Joel Filomeno, the Oklahoma News Report.